try the grip thing?
Yeah, this is the green grips of Tyrol.
Let's see what happens. All right, 1, 2. That's a great exercise.
That's perfect. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 172 of the Chanarant podcast. My name is Josh. With me, as always, is my bearded co-host, Mr. Andy Fuco. Fuco, you know what really keeps me out until 2 a.m. cock blocking?
What's that, Josh?
Staying out till 2 a.m. cock blocking, and then having to do a 1-year-old's birthday party and a show in the same day. So,
that sucks.
As I told JD at the beginning, things that we share with fire-breathing lizards' anuses, we're all dragging ass.
Yes, dragging ass, yeah. How are you feeling today, JD? Are you dragging ass today? You will be tomorrow.
I'm doing all right. We had band rehearsal this morning, so...
Oh, well then.
What's
Yeah.
it like
That was your
having
own form of
What's
punishment.
it like having a band? That would be nice.
How many people were at your band practice?
I've got like 90% of a band. We, what do we have today? 1 snare. Oh, so only 1 drummer showed up, but we had 7 pipes.
Oh, that's something.
That's something, yeah.
We usually have 7 drummers and 2 pipers.
And 2 pipes, yeah. Real quick, I want to let everyone know they can review the show on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, wherever you get your podcasts. Send us a screenshot of your review, good or bad. We'll send you a sticker. You can send us emails and voicemails. We play it on air. Like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. If you're Australian, Snapchat, and Fusco's OnlyFans. Check out Chanarant store, chanarant.com.
Coming soon.
This episode brought to you by our patrons, patreon.com/Chanarant. Thank you, everyone who's watching this stream right now. It's patron.
They are?
Yeah, I think so.
How did they get on early?
I don't fucking know, man. I think
Big rap.
YouTube, like when it had the time set of like, oh, go live at this, it just started, and we were like foffing about. Thank goodness we had our pants on.
Yeah, usually we don't.
Yeah, usually we're 69ing each other right before the show, so it missed that. Last but not least, invite, share with your friends. It's an explicit show. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fuck.
Fuck.
Fusco, would you like to introduce our guest?
I would. His name is JD, and he's here all the way from somewhere in South Carolina, right? Charleston, yeah. The Holy Land, which is
the Holy City.
That's it.
The Holy City versus the Sin
Natural
City.
rivals of you guys.
Exactly. That's probably why we.
I don't know, man. I feel like rivals, like they're neck and neck in competition. You know, this is more of like a kind of like just a thrashing that we give them typically. Like, it's like, you know, is LeBron James and like the kid who plays basketball down the street, are they rivals? I don't think so.
Not the kid might think so.
Yeah, that's
Notice
true.
how the loser always just thinks it's a rivalry.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, if we actually were ever in the same place, meaning Charleston's pipe band and ours, we still couldn't compete because neither one has the core.
Nobody has enough.
one of the core.
Nobody has enough people.
Yeah,
We would still never know the answer.
I think the only time we competed head-to-head, you guys should have technically been disqualified because you didn't have minimum numbers, right?
That was not a.
So-
that's true, except this was not a association.
Yeah, wasn't sanctioned, so it didn't matter.
So fuck the
It
rules.
still had published minimums.
So what he's saying is somehow we managed to beat them with less people.
Yeah, we had no bass drummer.
Yeah, so that's something.
Right,
to
that's
be
right.
said.
Your drum corps was perfectly in unison. All one of them.
All one of them. Yeah,
There were 2 snares. Come on.
yeah, we had 2 snares on that one.
But yeah, we'll do that again. Definitely. I don't know why did we not have? Why did they not come up?
Why did who not come up?
We were supposed to have the bass from.
Well, for
Phoenix,
one,
but what happened?
the entire country was ravaged by a plague, so that made travel slightly difficult.
I thought they were coming. I can't remember.
This was pre-vaccine.
True, but they were going to come anyway.
But yeah, so speaking of bands that we beat whenever we see them, how is your band doing?
We're doing all right. We're looking for a new place to rehearse, which has been a
Isn't that
pain
a
in my
fucking
butt.
nightmare?
That old dance. Been there,
Yeah.
man.
Like I remember. So who the fuck was asking me? Someone was asking me like, "It's weird. Like, why do you guys rehearse in a church?" And I'm like, "Because it's the only place
they'll let
that
us.
said yes."
Like we used to play at a what do you call it? Like a Mason kind of place. It wasn't the
Yeah,
Masons, but it was something
yeah.
like that. Like, why? We have no association with them. They let us in.
Yeah, it's like
Great.
the doors were unlocked. Like, what do you guys practice here? The doors were unlocked, and there's parking.
Yeah, exactly. So
Like, that's pretty much all you need for a band. I mean, we're running into the same thing. Like, I'm trying to figure out a venue for because we got to start doing Highland Games volunteer meetings again, like our general meetings.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I'm just like putting out to the volunteers. I'm like, hey, like we need a venue. Anybody know anybody? Anybody got a spot? We need food, bev. We'll bring in lots of money. Preferably a semi-private room would be nice.
the Eagles place isn't working out?
It's touch and go whether or not that place is going to survive the next 6 weeks.
Oh, okay.
That's one of those fun things that happens when like your organization has a treasurer that steals $250,000 and then just like she's 89, so it's like she doesn't give a shit. She just stole a bunch of money and she's like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna die. Like
The Eagles had this happen?
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't know about this?
No.
Oh yeah, their treasurer embezzled like $300,000.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Damn, that sucks.
And then there's like, well, we can prosecute her and she'd go to jail, but she's 89. Like she's got like 6 weeks. It's not gonna matter.
Jeez.
That's what I'm gonna do when I'm old, man. I'm gonna steal a bunch of money and then just die.
Can't the Celtic Society buy that building and just use it?
Oh God, I'd rather knock it down
Well, either way,
if I have the option.
rebuild it. But it's a great location, and I mean, it's a dive.
But yeah, no. So we need going back to the original crux of the point. Yeah, finding a spot to gather.
What happened to your-
Incredibly difficult.
What happened to your old place, JD?
God.
I'm talking about.
yeah.
Practiced at a school, and it was closed for the last year and a half, and now that they're opening back up, they're super loath to let outside groups use it.
Oh, that sucks.
So we'll see if that works or not.
Have you guys been doing like outdoor practices in the meantime?
Yeah, we've been doing it at the park. Hold on, I'm gonna have to move.
Uh-oh. Police coming up.
JD's getting pulled
Nope,
over.
I'm good.
Security came
I'm
up.
good.
Service band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was security. We're good. Got my service band police pipes and drums patch on.
There you go. That's all you need.
Yeah, man. We've done that dance a few times. We've been at the church, years now, right? We do pay them.
Yeah, but
We
very nominal.
Very little.
Yeah,
They give us a
very
huge
nominal
discount.
fee. Yeah,
But we
we've
do have
been
to play
there-
for them every couple times a year.
and that's okay. Like that's always an easy gig.
Yeah. So that's a suggestion. Offer to do it in trade. I don't know. Fuck. Masons like stuff
Yeah.
like that. Scottish people. I don't know. Churches.
Just tell them you're going to convert. You don't have to actually do it. Like you can accept Jesus verbally without doing it in your heart. Like, that's how a lot of people escaped persecution. It's like yeah, totally,
Just
I'm
gotta
down.
tide to be a member.
It's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I'm down with Christ. Like, please don't crucify me. I'm down with the Jesus. We're good.
It's like half the state of Utah.
Yeah, exactly. That's no worries. Speaking of great places to practice, let's just we'll build a little compound in Utah. That'll work, right?
There you go. Absolutely. Underage women. Perfect. I'm in.
Easy, lad. I would have thought you had your fill.
Never enough.
Strangely enough, getting into some topics. Patreon plug, Discord plug. Let's talk about Flagstaff.
Oh yeah, Flagstaff happened.
So,
JD, have you been to a Highland Games yet since this all happened?
No.
Yeah, we went to our.
What's
first
the
one.
first one that you're gonna hit? Is it gonna be Stone Mountain?
Scotland County. Bill Cottle's contest is 2 weeks before Stone Mountain, so that'll be our first one back as a band.
You're at it.
I think a couple people went up to Smoky Mountain, saw Jer Bear sweep the field up there.
That'll happen.
But
Jer Bear?
Our Jeremy?
Jeremy Downs,
Oh, Downs.
Oh, not our Jer
I
Bear.
was like, yeah, okay. I was confused.
other Jer Bear
Downsy.
Wait, his band or him himself?
at Smoky Mountain, and then so a couple people went up there and saw them, I think, and then but as a band it'll be Scotland County, North Carolina, then Stone Mountain within 2 weeks.
Nice.
I want to go to Stone Mountain.
That's why JD's on the show today. He wants
guys
to.
should go.
He's putting out a call.
Oh, to try to
You
get
gotta come to Stone Mountain.
he's trying to get as many ringers as he can to
Yeah.
play against North Texas.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
JD wants.
Balance the field a little bit.
I feel like we've been shitting on Texas far too often lately. Is that just our scapegoat now?
We got to have an enemy, otherwise it
A
doesn't even matter if it's
a winning band's a winning band. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. They don't have Jeremy anymore, so I don't really have anything against them. In particular.
That's true. Yeah, he went to fucking
Dunedin.
Dunedin. Yeah, that's what we call. That's how we call it on the show.
So actually, that's a good point, JD. Do you still hate North Texas, Caledonia now that Jeremy went to wherever he went?
I'm finding this out as we speak. I don't know. I'll have to
My favorite.
my heart how I feel now.
Let's see if Jeremy starts flying in players from Northern Ireland to Florida instead
Yeah,
of
exactly. It's
Texas.
closer, slightly closer. My favorite part about the recurring Dunedin bit is that like the comments I've seen online of people like not realizing that it's a bit. It's like, well, you can't even pronounce Dunedin. I'm like, no,
yeah,
like, it's
I
like,
love
no, like we're fucking with you. Like,
Yeah, we definitely got those criticisms.
Florida band,
One of the easiest forms of busting somebody's balls is to get their name wrong.
of course.
Always.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
So anyway.
I do that. I do that. So this is a complete fucking departure from anything that has to do with the show.
Okay.
But when I first met my girlfriend's parents, we had like interacted over like Zoom calls and shit because of pandemic and like whatever. And her dad would call me Jason to fuck with me. So he'd always be like, "Oh, like how are you doing, Jason?" And I was like, and his name is Tom, so I'd be like, "Oh, I'm doing fine, Tim." It got to the point to where like he did it so many times that he, even when he's not trying, calls me the wrong name.
Oh, okay.
Even when he's not doing a bit, he'll call me Jason, and I thought the Jason bit was hilarious. Now that he did it so many times that he fucks up it accidentally, and like when he's not even doing the bit and calls me Jason, I fucking die laughing. It is the funniest fucking thing.
It's the power of habit right there.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh my god, I fucking, and like his wife would be like, that's not, and I'm no, it's fine, it's fucking hilarious. Like,
I can bring this back to piping. You want to watch this happen?
Yeah.
So, when you do something poorly over and over again, you create the habit, good or bad, right? And so those of you out there learning pipes, when you do things fast and shitty, you're going to create the habit that you're going to continue.
You're ingraining the
that
habit
terrible
of
thing.
fast and shitty.
So learn from Tim, or whatever the fuck the guy's name
Who
is.
cares now? I don't even know anymore.
Take it slow. Do it right immediately. Don't
Yeah.
fuck it up and try to get it right later.
And
It's
if
not
you
gonna
need to learn more about the process behind developing good habits, I would highly recommend the book Finding Bagpipe Freedom by Andrew Douglas and Ozzy Osbourne. You can find that book by going to chanarant.com/freedom.
happen. Yes. He should have put her name on the cover.
See
as
how we
Ozzy
did?
Osbourne.
See how we did all that? We brought it right back around. That's professional broadcasters
See?
right there.
It only took us 171 episodes to start to get decent at this sort of thing.
Nah, I'm still pretty bad at it. I mean, we were live well before we were supposed to be. Like, it's a clusterfuck. But it's, dude, if you were on as little sleep as I am, you'd do the same thing.
Speaking of that, we got some voicemails. You want to hear the voicemails?
Ooh, I am interested. So, are these actually people finally called into the number?
The phone number. You want to tell us the number because I actually forget what it is.
It's like 702 got balls, or I don't remember what it is. 702 483 7762, and you can leave us a voicemail like this very, very bored individual.
Hey, what's going on? I'm driving up to Philly. Hey, when are you guys going to make the episode where you two, bone each other on camera? All right. Let me know.
That's coming real soon.
That's
We're going to bone each other on camera.
That's episode 6,969, and we're just gonna scissor.
Right. Or we'll hire hot chicks and have them scissor in the background. Which
We did talk about that being a bit.
we have a new shirt coming out too.
The rock paper scissors.
Yeah, we're gonna do that too. We need some new shirts, but
We need new everything. You need a new host. That's what you need. I need a new liver. You need a new host.
yeah.
Like,
JD, do you want to take over the show for us? We'll sell it to you.
Sure.
you could be
$1.
you could be the host of the Chan Rant podcast.
I'd buy that for $1. So the same guy called back. Apparently, he was very bored on his trip to Philadelphia. Apparently, so
I'm glad everyone, much like Rab back in the day, is just sending us voicemails from their car. That's super safe.
you gotta love that.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, I'm still on that trip up to Philadelphia. Not that it matters. Hey, not pissing around anymore. do you guys ever think about getting Jim McGilvery up on your show? The dude is super fucking approachable. We've got some guys. We allow, new pipers, new guys to come in, novices come in on chanter and work up with us, and we work a lot out of rhythmic finger work or even Piabrock finger work for some of the folks trying to get into that old kill more. But yeah, dude, I cold called him one time because his number's in the book, and just a super approachable dude. I know you guys just take the piss out of everything, and that's fine. Super appreciated, super entertaining. But that he's a wealth of knowledge for good technique, right? Bass technique. I don't even know if you guys give a fuck. All right, I love your show.
I don't even know if you guys give a fuck.
You're right, sir. We do not.
Yeah.
Whoever this is.
I do like the idea of cold calling Jim McGillivray.
Dude, he said he looked him up on the fucking out of the phone book and just called the guy. That's fantastic.
Just start cold calling and be like,
somebody in Scotland, look up and see if you can find Stuart Little in the phone book.
Hi, this is Josh and Annie from the Chanter Rant podcast. We've been trying to contact you about your car's extended warranty.
Let's do that. Oh my god, what a fantastic bit that would be.
Wasn't that just the whole premise of Chanter Rant After Dark?
Yes, basically.
Oh, I'm sorry. What I meant to say was Chanter Rant After Dark.
Hey, we go a long way for that bit.
That was a long bit. Oh, fuck's sake.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Speaking of bits, I had a couple people ask before the show in the chat about our little photo shoot adventure last night. I have no idea how Rab found out about it.
How does he even know about it?
I think he might have a tracker on me. I'm not entirely sure.
Like, we didn't say that publicly, do we?
No. I posted one thing to my Instagram story, and it didn't even have any of you guys in it.
And it didn't mention our names. It was
just the shitty rigs post.
Right. That's weird.
So
Rab, how the fuck did you know
Rab
that?
is stalking us slightly.
What a creep.
But yeah, so once you explain to the audience what we were getting up to and why we're hanging like bats today.
So my metal band, rock band, whatever, is very close to releasing some music.
Don't mention the name until I scoop up the URLs you need.
Right. We don't want Rab or Joe Brady stealing.
Joe Brady will steal it.
So we're releasing some music soon. We're working on. So we wanted to do photos for what do we call that thing again? I always forget. The
press kit.
Press kit. Yeah. So we went out to the middle of the desert. It was a full moon last night. We were trying to catch the moon as it was coming up. Of course, the clouds fucked that up. It was really cloudy in Vegas for the one time in Vegas.
And then we got butt fucked by a thunderstorm.
Right. So we went out to the middle of nowhere in the dark and took photos with these cool. You see the lights. You guys probably see the lights. And then this thunderstorm came in. Lightning was coming over the mountains. It was pretty cool to look at until it hit us, and it was just fucking crazy ass wind.
Like 40 mile an hour. It was insane.
It was really crazy. But it was awesome. How did those, have you looked at any of those yet?
I've looked at them. They're not as good as I thought they were, but I can make them work.
Can you?
Yeah.
So then...
I can fix.
And we were drinking beers and shit out in the desert. And then...
just doing hood rat shit with our friends.
Yeah. Oh, and then we did the horse head bit.
The horse head bit is exactly as good as we think it is. Yeah, I looked at some of that footage today, and I was cackling. I was like, holy shit, this is fucking stupid.
So we got some, we have a horse head. You may have seen us use it in the past.
Yep.
And we drove down Fremont Street, essentially, and Zach...
with the singer, the lead singer's hanging the horse head out the window.
Yeah, he was wearing it, and it was just... watching people's reaction was pretty fun, and we videoed that, so that was fun.
Yeah.
And then we went to Huntridge, of course, and got hammered. And then next thing I know, I wake up in my bed and walking to go pick up my car.
Yeah, I took you home.
Yeah,
You were safe.
I remember that. But
I kept you from getting diddled.
That's pretty good. Thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah, we're hanging a little bit. We I don't know. That was about it. It wasn't that exciting, I suppose.
In the chat, Bradley is mentioning that Rab is the Garbanzo father, and that will stick forever now.
Rab is the Garbanzo father. Okay, I see it. Yeah, so that's what we got up to. And
codename Garbanzo. It's the big Garbanzo show.
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry. For those of you who were here pre-show, you were clued into the whole fucking chickpea Garbanzo debacle.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Real quick, I want to give a couple plugs. The first plug I want to give is the filthy... I love how we started on the tangent of Flagstaff and never got there.
Oh, yeah, we never actually talked about it.
But the first thing I want to talk about is the Filthy Pipe Band Facebook group. Check it out. It's good fun. Good, dirty, horrible fun.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw this. I got a warning, I'd say 2 weeks ago,
I did see.
to the admins or whatever of the group. Like, yeah, this thing is so bad. We may actually
We
take
might have to
this
shut
down.
the whole group down.
Like, normally they make us approve, like, when people post shit to it, right? And then this was like, hey, admins, you better start paying attention. We're going to shut this
Well,
shit
I
down.
think where I made the mistake was I made like John Van Dickface and like Ozzy and you, I think, are all admins. And so like when it's like post submitted for approval, I'm pretty sure everyone just like doesn't even look and they just hit approve.
Mostly I do. I have actually denied one or two.
Okay.
When it's incredibly awful.
Well, I
but
only
it's rare.
deny
It's very rare.
I only deny the ones that are like personal attacks, and I'm like, all right, that's not cool.
Well, I don't. Yeah.
Like if you take shots at us, I'm always cool with it. But if it's like, oh well, here's what so and so's fanny probably looks like, I'm like, okay, we're not doing that. Like,
I don't. Yeah. They're usually just sharing shit. But
speaking of dirtbags,
what about dirtbags, Josh?
well, the Dirtbag Olympics Part 5, Version 5. Let me tell you what.
You know, JD was a contributor to one of the
Earliest Olympics,
I won't
and
t-
it was a great submission
Yeah.
too.
And I won't tell you which story it was, but if you want to go back and listen to the first one, episode 2 or 3.
It's in there. That has JD's story. JD, are you submitting anything for Dirtbag Olympics Part 5?
I have not yet.
You
I'll
were
consider it.
you were just at a pipe school, which is where all the great dirtbag stories happen.
Yeah, but I'm married now.
Oh, yeah, but you probably
It's a-
saw shit or
Yeah,
heard
it's a pipe
something.
school, man. There's jism flying everywhere.
There's some pipe teacher banging some students somewhere in that story or in that school. There's got to be.
Probably. Actually, okay, so there was a little bit of a funny story.
Okay. Oh, well, here we go.
All right, go for it.
I'll submit it.
Okay.
He's gonna all right. So no one who listens to the show regularly will be able to tell.
We'll hide his name.
Well, this one time at pipe camp. I do think it's interesting. I think that from what I can tell, the damage that COVID did to like pipe camps and pipe schools, just by like you can't have as many instructors. There's not as many people going. Nobody has as much money as they usually
Can't
do.
cross borders,
Can't
shit
cross
like that.
border. Like that kind of shit. Like I noticed that damage, while detrimental to piping education, also took a pretty big chunk out of diddling at pipe schools.
Oh, I'm sure there's way less diddling because there's less opportunity.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I mean, the only like at this point you get to a point to where when there's only like 4 or 5 people going to the school, it's probably like you'd rather stick your dick in a bucket of rusty nails.
Well, speaking of diddling, if you want to get diddled, you can go to the Piper's Dojo's tuning clinic in September.
Is there diddling there?
I'm sure. I don't know.
Is this an ad read? Are we doing an ad read right now?
Well, it's almost sold out, to be honest, so it's not going to help us much. But I just figured I'd draw it into this diddling comment. But the dojo is actually doing a in-person fucking. It's not a pipe camp, but it's a weekend. He does these tuning clinics, and
And if someone else doesn't want to diddle you, you can diddle yourself.
if you want to diddle Andrew Douglas in person, come to the.
Or if you're, I'm sure there's drumming clinics if you want to get paradiddled.
There you go. Aaron McLean will paradiddle you.
Boom. Segue.
What are we segueing into? Oh wait, JD's. I want to talk to JD about his pipe school he went to. JD apparently is learning bass. He's like had it as pipe music. He's like, fuck this shit. I'm out of here. I'm gonna make my own drum corps. He's taking after me.
That's where I was like a year ago. I was just like, can I just play bass and not have to play bagpipes anymore?
What you decided to go to pipe school and learn bass? What brought this on?
So, like 2 years ago, we had 2 bands and 1 bass drummer. And so for our grade 5 band, I started playing bass because why the hell not? And
It's fun, isn't it?
actually, kind of funny story. The last contest before COVID, what's the lead drummer for Slot? Is that Crichton?
Crichton, yeah.
Steven?
Yeah.
So he was there doing a workshop for another band and just wandered into our circle and like fixed all our shit and like gave me an impromptu lesson right on the side before we went in.
Really?
So that was a lot of fun.
Where was this?
Yeah, nice guy. This was in Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But you had to go to
And,
Florida.
yeah, so
Well,
Yeah,
he flew in from
well,
Ireland,
you know.
apparently.
yeah, he was in from Ireland. But since then, I've been doing some of those virtual contests on bass just to get some feedback and whatever, and hopefully our grade 5 bass does not suck. And
That's
then
what
decided to
I
go to
should
camp.
start doing. Start doing the fucking
contests?
inter bass contests. I
Yeah,
got the drum.
Get a little bit
Do
of
it.
feedback.
Why not?
baby steps improvement. So
Just so I can be
think
like,
I'm
oh, by the
number
way,
two
I
in
won the
season
grade 3
standings in
bass.
right now.
Fuck you. Like,
Sorry, JD. Say that again. That last sentence.
I think I'm number 2 in season standings in bass right now, just because I'm one of 3 people who's actually doing it.
That's fantastic.
And then at camp I split Pbrook and bass classes. So that was a lot of fun.
well, you have an advantage because unlike many drummers, you're a musician.
Right.
So,
So kind of funny story. So our
that makes the bass a
instructor
little
is
easier.
The bass instructor at camp was an elementary school music teacher, and so she was teaching rhythms like you've probably all seen like the chart online that's like pie, cherry, watermelon, right? Showing the different rhythmic breakdowns.
Is that the Suzuki method or some shit?
I thought it was the Hyundai
Yeah, whatever
method.
that is. So we were playing, I don't know, whatever set it was, and somebody was like, "Oh, which one's that?" It's the one that starts with the 2/8 notes and a quarter note. And the drummer looked at me and was like, "What is that in pie?" it's the one that starts with cherry pie. All right, got it.
Oh, that sounds like a drummer, a pipe band drummer. All right.
I'll tell you what. Although drummers are not. I mean, I love shitting on drummers because it's I like shitting in toilets too.
Especially
I mean,
Jeremy.
that's where it's supposed to be. But the thing that I find insane, and I didn't notice this until I started when I came back and started working more with the band that shall not be named. I've had times working with people in the band where I'm like, well, no, do the third measure, do this phrase, and they're like, well, usually I gotta just start all the way over, or else I can't get into it. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, you don't know how to read music, do you? I literally had this happen with someone. You could probably think of who it was
I have a good
because
guess.
there's not a lot of people that come to practice anymore.
Right.
Probably because I'm such an asshole.
Right. Probably.
But I was there. I was like, all right, what's this note? And he was just like, well, it's a D. And I'm like, okay, what's this fucking note? I just went around the music. I said, what is this? What is this? What is this? And he's just like, I'm like, motherfucker. You're trying to speak Spanish when you can't read Spanish. You got to fucking change your game a little bit. Go back 5 steps in your learning process. Get your fundamentals, and then shoot to the moon.
Is this the new guy, the older guy?
Older guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Returning
Yeah.
band member.
I thought maybe it was somebody else, but okay. I know.
And I'm sitting there. I'm like, I finally had the realization. I'm like, why the fuck can't you just play the part I'm telling you to play?
This is the people who put the cart before the horse.
Yeah, and then
who
I'm
learn pipes from a pipe band. Probably.
I finally realized, you're playing by ear. You can't read music. This episode of the Chanarant Podcast is brought to you by MacLellan Bagpipes, proudly made in North America by artesian bagpipe maker Roddy MacLellan from Eust, Scotland. At MacLellan Bagpipes, they don't strive to be the biggest, fastest, or the cheapest. They do, however, meticulously craft a small number of the best-sounding and most beautiful-looking bagpipes in the world since their beginning in 1988. Over the years, MacLellan Bagpipes has established a solid reputation for rich, warm, and stable tone, created with incredible craftsmanship and instruments of heirloom quality and unparalleled beauty. Head to BespokeBagpipes.com to learn more about their innovations like the new Elevation Chanter, which features a lower-pitched richness inspired by the classic top hand of older chanters and sustainable solutions like the Revelation Bagpipe, a Delrin instrument featuring bores lined with a cellulose polymer sleeve giving you the structural benefits of a Delrin instrument while maintaining a refined wood-like sound. Check out MacLellan Bagpipes' diverse line of instruments and learn more about their restoration work on vintage bagpipes by visiting their website at BespokeBagpipes.com. MacLellan Bagpipes, born in Scotland, made in the USA.
Music theory is helpful, like JD just described.
could
He knew what a quarter note and 2/8
yeah.
notes was.
Well, and it's one of those things where it's like, if you don't start making sure you have that shit nailed down, you can only get so far.
Right. It's going to limit you for the long term.
You're going to be limited for the rest of your life. Or you could just put 2 weeks into learning how to read music because it doesn't take very fucking long.
Yeah. And we do that at the dojo. Phase 1 is all about learning note values.
And if you want to learn more about that, you can do a premium test drive for $1 at chanarant.com/suckless. It's all one word, suckless.
Suckless, yeah. So JD, go back. The teacher for the bass, is that girl from Dunedin? What's her name?
Yes.
What's her name?
Hannah.
Is her
Hannah,
name
she was great.
Yeah.
is her name Dune or Eden?
Dune or Eden? Yeah. I've met her at Winter Storm, I think, or something. I met her somewhere along the way. She's a nice girl.
She's good.
That's cool.
What she look like?
What's that?
At Winter Storm when when you went with the dojo?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
It's all a blur.
Anybody going to Winter Storm?
Oh, yeah. I am not going to miss out on that.
Well, you have to go. Aren't you working?
Assuming the dojo. I don't know. I haven't heard. And I don't even know if they're doing it this year. I mean, everything's closing again. What's going on in the South down there? Are they closing shit back up or what's going on?
Dude,
California.
They don't give a fuck.
California's back to mass. I don't know what's going on.
Tear down one Confederate statue, they put 2 up.
So, so JD's learning bass and P-Rock, apparently. It's about time he improved his fundamentals.
I still don't know either, so.
You actually maybe want to look into that contest thing. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Give me something to do. Besides polish the knob and rebuild the set 17 times.
Right, exactly. So, so what else you been up to, JD, lately this year?
I spent a lot of today and this week texting people about who's going to Stone Mountain.
Yeah, I see that. You're like all over the Discord.
All over the Discord, for sure,
People are
yeah.
like, "Can I see the music? Maybe I'll go." You get any hard yeses yet? Anybody's like, "Yeah, I'm
gonna
not."
come. Atlanta's a good time.
I love how this entire time, and this is a little peek behind the curtain. This entire time, I've had the interview screen set up and ready to go.
You never switched to
and
it.
I never switched to it. People don't they've been hearing JD. They don't realize we've been looking at him the whole fucking time.
Hey, this is what he looks like, people. And
This is what happens when I put a lot of work into production value and forget.
there he is. Now I can see him on YouTube.
I totally didn't even. Nobody even said anything in the comments. I would assume someone would be like, "Hey, we can't fucking see JD."
That's funny. Thanks for telling us.
Not a lot to look at. I'm pulling the sketchy white dude in sunglasses in the driver's seat right now.
Dude, if it was any hotter out, you'd be full Unabomber.
Yeah, I was gonna say he looks like a terrorist, American terrorist anyway.
Yeah. Ameririst.
So what? Oh yeah, so you've been recruiting for Stone Mountain. At least Josh and I don't know. Some other people in the Discord, or even Honey Boo Boo was like, "I'm in." Although he's never gonna be able to get here.
There's
but
no way. Nobody's
We're
gonna
gonna
clear.
put a little iPad in the circle and he's gonna play.
there you go.
We're gonna zoom him in.
Unless he figured out a way to drive his semi across the fucking ocean, there's no way he's getting in.
Right. What are the logistics of getting people to play with you guys? I mean, what's the plan to make this happen? Let's assume that I can go. And what do I need to do?
I talked to the quartermaster today about spare kilts we've got, who we can outfit just for a single day.
Mhm.
I think anybody who plays with us is going to get a free pair of Navy kilt hose.
Hey, beautiful.
I was about to say I burned through those like crazy.
Sweetens the deal, yeah. And then I'm gonna see what we can do to offset people's hotel rooms. I don't know how much we're gonna be able to offset, but we usually offset people, regular players with the band. So
Yeah, is that gonna piss people off?
deal for guest players.
I know you and I have talked behind the scenes about dues and things, just how you run your band and stuff. But like you always deal with the issue of some people contribute more than others, and it's a whole fucking thing. Just to try to keep it fair. Yeah. If you bring in quote unquote ringers, and not really, we're not that good, but people to play with you, is that gonna annoy the shit out of some people, or do most people don't care, or what's that process? What's that headache like?
I think most people won't care, especially if it means having a sufficient drum corps to make numbers.
Right.
We've got grade 4's got 10 pipes and 2 snares. So
what you're saying is I could just play bass.
Well, they've got a bass player. Do they have
if you want to play bass, I'm down for that.
He'll take anything at this point. He doesn't even care.
I'll even teach you. I learned bass.
Hey, when I've told the story before. When I first moved back, we went to Costa Mesa or some shit, and I played bass and pulled a first.
In
the
drum,
pipe and drumming.
Yeah. Well,
because I didn't know the set.
Right. Well, it was first out of 2 bands for one, and the other band was terrible.
Still first.
But that's fair. You're right. A win is a win.
Right now,
Take
Josh,
the win.
if you come to Atlanta, you can play bass.
Down.
Perfect. Do you need more snares? Because
we got some snares
in the Discord, it's all pipers.
Yeah.
Right?
Let's just steal Chum.
If they want to come,
We'll kidnap Chum and take him down.
I don't think he'd go. He can barely afford to live. He's trying to. I don't think he's spending money to go.
I feel his pain. Trust me, I'm there.
But maybe I don't know.
Have you guys ever been to any of the contests in the South? Did you ever go to?
Never, not once.
No.
Nothing in North Carolina. Never went to
Yeah, I
grandfather.
try. I try to avoid the states that lost the Civil War and just stick to the ones that won.
I was invited to Grandfather Mountain this year to play with Dalton. for
I was
my wake.
actually trying to plan a trip to go to the Tulsa games because Beer Boy was talking to me about it.
Does that count as the South?
Yeah, that's Oklahoma.
It's the
They're
Midwest,
sort of the South.
kind of.
I'm from Nevada, dude. That's all South. Battleborn, baby.
Yeah. But I talked to Joe Brady about Grandfather Mountain. He's like, "Yeah, don't go there. It's shit."
You can skip it.
He's like, "You can skip that."
Speaking of events you can skip, fucking Flagstaff. Look, we finally came full circle.
There you go.
So how would you
Yeah,
how would you like to describe the event? Wait, let's let JD finish his bit first.
Okay.
As far as
So
recruitment.
my wife went to school in Flagstaff, and she loved it up there. And I
Oh, it's
was
a great
always thinking
town.
about going to the games because, like, she'd want to go back and see the mountains and, like, but then you guys are saying it's just like a dusty shithole.
Well, let me put it this way: Flagstaff, the town, dope as hell.
Yeah, Flagstaff's great.
Like, if you're just gonna go to Flagstaff and like hang out and like rent a cabin and like do hood rat shit with your friends, like that's great. The games are dog ass.
Pretty much. It depends what you get at what you like about a games, but generally it's as a piper. Especially if you're performing, it's terrible.
Well, I would just say that like it depends on what you like about a games, and if what you like about a games is athletics, piping, drumming, food, vendors, live entertainment, clans, or
Cheap
climate, or alcohol, or food again, it has none of those things. So you don't. You don't
It definitely has those things. Whether they're good or not is questionable.
save the money. Go to Vegas instead.
Wow.
Hashtag Vegas Celts. April 9th and 10th, 2022.
There you go. It's Flagstaff's a great town. I enjoy it.
The town is still fun as fuck.
I'd say the games maybe 15 years ago were pretty good.
Dude, the games.
But I don't really remember.
The game's like 2 years. But the venue before the dirt venue,
Correct.
and that was only like 2018. That wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, right. 2018.
Like 2018, it was still like popping.
Yeah, when it was still in that cool park, that was.
It was in the park. There were bands. There was a decent solo contest. Like everyone came out, and most people in the Southwest would do Flagstaff. Like you'd compete, but you were mostly doing it for the sesh.
Yeah, it wasn't taken that
because
seriously.
it was a small event, and it's kind of equidistant for a lot of the southwestern bands, like the Arizona people and the Nevada people specifically.
Yeah.
So you just hang out with your friends and drink beers and like play some music and fuck around.
Right.
And get hailed on at noon, and then
Right.
the hail would go away.
Yep, it's definitely happened many times.
And then they moved it to a secondary venue because the first venue was too expensive because they fucking bleed money like a stuck money pig. And the second venue, we're like, well, this kind of sucks because the piping and drumming were getting sandblasted out in the fucking dirt the
It was
whole
a
time.
dirt field, yeah.
And then they upgraded.
They went to Williams,
They went to Williams,
which was in a horse.
which was in a rodeo grounds.
Rodeo grounds.
And Williams, Arizona is like population 17.
Literally, like, you know when you're driving in the middle of nowhere and you see those exits that you're like, why is there a road here? There's nothing here. It was one of the like you
one
go
road
off
town.
this exit. There is a McDonald's, believe it or not, and that's it. The rodeo, the McDonald's, and that's it. And
Because
it's
that's
like,
one of the Grand Canyon
why are we
entrances.
here?
Is in
Okay.
Williams. Yeah, so if you're going to like the South Rim, you can go to
Holy
Williams.
moly. Yeah,
But yeah, and so they upgraded from a dirt field for piping and drumming to stables full of horse shit.
yeah, it did smell like that too.
I'm not even kidding. Like, I know it sounds like I'm exaggerating, but it's literally like people doing their 2/4s in a stable surrounded by horse shit.
Yes, you could smell it strongly in the piping area. It was like, oh, this sucks if you're playing pipes.
And
right
if
now.
you like, as much criticism as you like to levy at me for my event and like piping's an afterthought,
oh,
piping was a fucking afterthought. At this event.
it was off in the distance. Yeah. Hey, I guess I don't know. Fuck, I don't know. Do we have fun? It was all right. We found a good Thai place. That was fun.
The type was the sesh was always fun still, but not as much sesh. We did get to see some of the Tinkies. We saw the
did.
Tinker Boys.
We did. We did a horse head bit, which is yet to be produced, but it's coming.
Give
I'm sure.
me, based on the current production schedule, give me like 8 years and it'll be out.
Oh, we did a great bit. Yeah. So anyway, we missed the Highland Games, and then I went there and I remembered why I don't really miss Highland Games. Like, oh yeah, that's right. This is what
I
this is.
remember we had the conversation on the show where it's like, should we do this or should we wait for something better? And we're like, no, like let's just do it. It's in our area.
Well, it's the closest, by far the closest.
We should have waited for something better, but that's okay.
What's better? I don't even think Pleasanton's going to happen now.
Like Stone Mountain.
There you go. Is that a good one? Is that actually a fun game?
According to Rap,
Yeah.
Stone Mountain is the tits.
So other than the year that Rab came, because there was like hurricane conditions, it's usually fairly mild weather. It's in a nice like grove where the Pipers have their area and the Clans have their area and the Athletics have their area, but they're all pretty close, so you can kind of mix and mingle. It's usually fairly well attended because it's pretty close to the geographical center point of all Southern bands. So you get bands from like Tennessee, Georgia, Florida, all the Carolinas, sometimes Virginia. And then there's usually like one oddball band that comes in from like up north or I think Pasadena came like 10 or 15 years ago. I remember seeing, what's the drum major's name? Pagiao or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh,
I saw Jason.
30 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason, he was awesome.
And then he realized that it was equidistant for all Southern bands. Like, this is a little too white for me.
Yeah.
Jason's and then we're right there under the Stone Mountain itself, which has a gigantic relief of Robert E. Lee and Stonewall Jackson on it. So
really, for now,
it's beautiful.
Nice. I'm sure Jason felt very comfortable.
Yeah.
Somebody in the distance was playing on the bagpipe, and Jason's like, "All right, I'm out of here."
You probably will hear Dixie on the bagpipes.
Oh my God, I hear it's great. Ken Mish has been there many times, and he loves.
Oh yeah.
Ken, our drum major.
He's usually sitting smoking a cigar right at the front of mass band, so the pipe row behind him's all hacking up a lung.
Yeah, he loves to. He has no care about. He does not look at the first row pipers ever, as judged by my arm when he smacked me with the fucking mace.
Well, the only reason he smacked your arm is because you protected your head.
Well, correct. He was going to hit me right in the head.
He was going to take you the fuck out. That was what, the New York Bridge?
No, we were inside the pub, Nine Fine Irishman.
Oh, I remember seeing you get hit when we used to do the New York Bridge March.
No, like when he actually hit me, I was inside the pub. We're inside a fucking pub and it's tight as shit, and he starts doing that fucking mace spin. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you thinking?
No, that's when you just guard.
He went up like this. Oh my God.
Guard head,
So
guard
silly.
head, guard kidneys.
So silly. Anyway, so if you want to join JD's band for Stone Mountain,
Kevin Conquest, he's the head drum major for the event, so he's always there.
He's a fucking head drum major for everything.
everything. Yeah.
He's a good dude.
Yeah,
I like him.
Yeah, Kevin's cool.
There's a reason that everyone wants Kevin at their event, because he's goddamn good at his job.
He's very good at his job. He knows how to make shit happen. And he does it in a pleasant way.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't tell nearly as many people to go fuck themselves
As you do.
as I do.
No, man. I've never seen him upset.
Yeah, it's always interesting when I get the rare opportunities to work with Kevin, and he's like, "Well, so and so they're having some issues with this," and I'm like, "I'm gonna fucking kill him." And he's like, "Well, I'll go talk to him."
Yeah.
He's like, "Thanks, buddy."
Somebody had to deal with Kevin recently. There's some drama going on in Wispaba right now, and I can't remember what the fuck it was now. But Kevin was asked to step in and sort of smooth it out, and then he was like, "No, I'm out." Like, the Mormons are being dicks. Fuck them.
Like, talk about a battle of who could care less. It's fucking Wispaba. Like,
yes,
that's like pipe band associations across the world. I apologize because I know we shit on you constantly, but guess what? Nothing has ever highlighted how pointless you are than the last like year and a half. Like, it's like, oh yeah, you're right. We absolutely don't need you for anything at any time.
Right. I remember that time we got disqualified at the Vegas games, and the president, I think he was the president of Wispaba, came up to tell me, I'm like, yeah, dude, I told you we weren't going to have the right numbers. I told you this.
We're playing anyway.
We played anyway. He came up to me after. He's like, oh, by the way, you have to be disqualified. I'm like, I told you. We did this yesterday.
Yeah, we don't care.
like, I know this, man. Anyway, but there was some drama with, apparently somebody was upset over some games recently with the Mormons running everything.
Dude, people need a new real fucking problem. That's what they need.
Well, to be fair.
And then 2020 gave them one.
Yep.
2020 gave everyone a real fucking problem.
Yeah, it did. Jesus. And now we're back to it again, apparently.
Who knows? We'll see. This is my worried face. So, aside from your desperate cries for more band members for Stone Mountain, Johnny Delta, what else have you been doing? What's your life? You look well. You seem healthy. You look like you've been getting some sun.
Yeah. I mean, I live by the beach. That's pretty nice.
Really?
You guys can come to the Charleston games, too, if you want.
That one sounds better than Stone Mountain.
What's better,
Yeah,
Charleston or
that's
Stone
actually
Mountain?
Be at a new venue. Speaking of Southern Relics, for the last however many years, it's been at a plantation, and the pipers compete in the former slaves' quarters, which is always a delight.
Really? This sounds like something.
It's actually
else.
really nice grounds. It's really pretty space, but yeah, you're sitting there reading the history of slavery and torture while you're playing your beat.
I say Las Vegas
Really
goes to
puts
Las
so much
Vegas
effort.
Pipe Band goes to this games, and we bring Angel. I need a picture of Angel in this room.
Dude.
But we're changing venues. We're actually going to be at a park on the waterfront this year. So
Sweet. That's
no
even
more
better.
slaves' quarters.
As much as I love the idea of bringing Angel to a event that's not local for a bit, I would have to get him to a practice, and I can't even do
We
that.
can't even get him to a practice.
Like, I can't
We can't get anybody to a
I can't get
practice.
anybody to a practice. Like,
Except the drummers. All of a sudden, everything has changed.
all of a sudden, the drummers are like balls to the wall, and we have like no pipers.
They're always like, why are there no? Even the drummers are asking us, why are there no pipers here? Like,
Because
it's a
everyone's
great
shit.
question.
Yeah.
Not a fucking clue.
Because people are shit, and there's just no getting around it.
Oh, what's going on?
Service band. Service band responding to a call.
Yeah, there they go.
we hear someone needs rakes of mallow.
Rakes and mallow, stat.
I need 50 cc's of a very round Green Hills.
Cajun Grace.
So
Oh shit! Patient's fibrillating. We need Cajun Grace right now.
That'll just
That's-
make them die quicker.
that one's a bridge too far. I'll accept rakes of mallow sometimes.
Ugh.
No Cajun Grace.
Accepting rakes of mallow sometimes is accepting rakes of mallow too many times. That's one too many. That's what I use when I'm doing CPR. That's what I. Great way to kill a person. Don't actually do that.
That's much too fast. Much too
It's
fast.
not a bad way to talk about chord progressions, though, right? It's just A major.
Granted, I did when I had to pass my American and my AHA cert for CPR. I did Scott and the Brave, like upbeat. That was my 100 beat tempo. I was like,
Really?
Yep. Because if I did anything with lyrics, I got confused because you're getting shouted orders to like apply an AED and all this other stuff.
Oh, I see.
So anything with words, I didn't want to do.
I see. Gotcha. You mean it's not supposed to be "Staying Alive" by the Bee Gees?
Well, technically, that's a little slow, but technically,
That's what they taught me in the
yeah,
office. That's all I learned. From
Well,
the
you also
office.
have to keep in mind that they update the guidelines like every year.
Yeah, it's changing constantly.
So if when you certified for CPR 20 years ago, that's not quite the same thing now.
Well, that's a good. Well, this is 10 years ago, 12 years ago.
Still
Something
very
like that.
different.
Hey, JD, Rab wants to know when will you be back in Ireland for a pint?
I was supposed to be last summer, and of course we know how that went. And then I was supposed to be again this summer, and as you can see, I am not currently in Ireland. So here's for next summer.
Was this just? Were you
Actually, I think the wife's changed her mind. She wants to go to Italy now.
just? Oh, okay. Were you just vacation? That's all. That's all.
Yeah, well, one of my buddies lives, I don't know, like an hour and a half from Rab. So one of my friends from college. And so the time that I actually met Rab and we went and had a pint, I had just left my friend's wedding, which was an awesome wedding. If you ever get the opportunity to go to a wedding in Ireland,
Oh yeah.
they do it right.
Just like an Irish wake. It's
Well,
probably
isn't that-
equally fun.
Won't we all get the opportunity when you get engaged to Adele's sister? Like, isn't that going to be an Irish wedding?
Absolutely. Eventually. Yeah.
There you go.
So you guys are going to Italy
And
instead?
then, like at the end of the ceremony, she suplexes you through a bench.
Right. 'Cause she's a professional wrestler. Unfortunately, I do think she's dating someone currently, but that's okay. I'll take over.
Never seen a ring block a hole, Fusco.
JD, I do know a couple pipers in Italy that I can connect you with when you're there. I'm sure your wife will love that.
In Italy?
Yeah. Some really talented people who work with pipes in Italy. Brothers Mario and Luigi. They do a lot of pipe. They do a lot of pipe stuff.
No, there's a dojo student that lives in Italy. He's American, but I think he teaches. He's a professor or something at a school in Italy. So he's there. And then there's a student of mine that I teach sometime every couple of weeks. He's in the U.S. Army and he's stationed in Italy. And I forget where. I'd have to look it up. But yeah, I know you love those Army boys.
Cool.
I think he's somewhere in the foothills between cacciatore and ravioli or something.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, Italy. If you don't want me to make fun of you, don't be an Axis power.
Exactly.
Between bologna and meatball.
Exactly. So we're getting close. JD's got a bolt here soon.
Yeah. So real quick, I just I wanted to see. So JD, you've been working pretty fucking hard. Correct me if I'm mistaken on kind of rebuilding this band into a grade 5 or grade 4.
We got both.
You got both. And
Grade 4 is our senior band. We got a feeder band.
So I'm curious as to one, your mindset. One, why are you hurting yourself so by taking on this kind of a challenge? And two, like when you decided like, hey, this is a thing that I give a shit enough about to do, did you like sit down, make a game plan, implement it, or are you flying by the seat of your pants?
I started with a game plan, and as we all know, no plan survives contact with the enemy. So here we are.
What's that famous?
Now I'm
what's that
the
quote?
lead bass drummer.
Right. What's that quote about plans? Oh, it's a military thing, I think.
Yeah, he just said it. Yeah, no plan survives contact with the enemy.
No, it's not that. It's something else.
Or everybody has a plan to get punched in the face.
That's it. Mike Tyson. That's the
Yeah,
one.
Tyson.
That's the one. That's what I was thinking of.
Everybody's got a plan to get hit in the face.
That's exactly what happened to JD.
Yeah, so now I'm the pipe major, the lead bass drummer, and before long I'll probably be the drum sergeant too.
Dude, let me tell you, don't do it. Well, okay. Actually, be drum sergeant. Just don't
Actually,
be.
our drum sergeant's a decent dude. I like our drum sergeant.
Don't be the lead tip. Yeah, just.
He was the one. When I called in hammered drunk on St. Patrick's Day like 2 years ago, and somebody described his voice as dripping with sweet tea, that's our lead drummer.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Yeah, that guy was pretty cool, man. Yeah,
He's
my
a great
recommend
guy.
my
He's
recommendation.
From Lancaster, South Carolina.
Yeah,
You gotta
no.
say it like that.
Do you? I would recommend just taking over all official positions that make decisions, so you don't actually have to ever go through anybody for anything. Just let him run the drum corps. Like, let him teach music, and that's it. You control everything.
But I'd also be. I mean, my question is more like, you know, in your mind, you must have some kind of an ideal of what the band turns out to be, and like what you're trying to build. Like, what are the components that you think you're currently missing, and what is your plan to like get them?
So, like, I mean, we've got a couple pipers and
And that's all the time we had with JD. We appreciate having you, but he did have a heart out, and
We always do that to him. He's always the one we get. He's gonna message us in a second.
but thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Chanaran podcast.
Don't forget to switch screens back.
I have been Josh. This has been Andy.
Somebody. You're me. I'm you. Who
I'm
knows?
you. We're all here. He says, "Is that a bit, or did I lose?"
Oh, we got him again. We always got him.
But yeah, thank you for your time. We appreciate y'all tuning in. The people who showed up when we randomly went live before schedule. Please don't forget to check out the Chanarant store, chanarant.com, and all the other many URLs and promotions and things that we have. We'll catch y'all on the flippy flop here pretty soon. And Busco, I'm going to go ahead and play us out.